Hi everyone, my name's Jordan and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing the end of year book tag. I will post the original video and creator down below in the description for this tag. I expect this video to be pretty short because there's not a lot of questions on this tag. I've seen a bunch of people doing it, so go check out this tag. It's really fun. It's a quick, easy kind of view into what readers are expecting for the rest of their year. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first question is, are there any books you started this year that you need to finish? I don't typically start a book and then just not finish it unless I'm DNFing it, and then in that case I wouldn't need to finish it. So I took this to be, I'm gonna change it a little bit and do a series that I'm hoping to finish by the end of the year. My ambitious choice of series I want to finish before the end of the year is the Rainwild Chronicles, which is the 4th series in the Realm of the Elderlings by Robin Hobb, but I really don't see myself doing that. That will be 4 more books I need to finish in that series before the end of the year. I know they're shorter, but I still just don't see myself doing that with all of the other books I want to read. So that is my ambitious pick, but we will see. We will see. I've kind of gotten to a place where either I've wrapped up every series I'm wanting to read, or I'm not even close, so there's not an option of me finishing it by the end of the year. So that's kind of where I'm landing. The second question is, do you have an autumnal book to transition into the end of the year? I actually have 2, and by the time I get to them, it probably will hardly be autumn anymore, but I'm hoping to read either at the very end of this month or in December, The Atlas Paradox and Babel. This is by Olive Blake, and this is by R.F. Kuang. These are 2 kind of dark academia stories that both came out very recently that I just haven't gotten to yet, and they are top of my priority list. I will be reading these by the end of the year. No ifs, ands, or buts. Hold me to that. I will be reading these by the end of the year. I'm very excited for both of these. This is the second book in this series after the Atlas 6, and this is the first book. I don't know if this is going to be a series. I don't think so. I think it's a standalone, but I could be wrong. But I am very excited for both of these. They both are dark academia, so I just kind of feel like that's always got the fall vibes and the cold, darker kind of thing. So very excited for both of these. The next question is there a new release you're still waiting for? I scoured the interwebs and there's not. I don't have any more pre-orders for the year except for I'm getting a Song of Achilles special edition from Barnes & Noble. That's the only pre-order I have left, and I've read that book, and it's not a new release. So no, I don't have any. Next up is, what are 3 books you want to read before the end of the year? So I've talked about 2 of them, and so those 2. I also want to read Ocean's Echo by Everina Maxwell. This is the author that wrote Winter's Orbit, which I really loved. It's kind of like a sci-fi romance story, and I think that's what this is going to be as well. I love her covers. They're so pretty. And yeah, I'm excited to read this. So this is the 3rd. But I guess those other 2 were kind of cheating, because I already talked about them. So I'll throw in one more and say Wrath by John Gwynne. I'm really hoping to read this in December and wrap up this series before the beginning of the new year. This is the last book in the series. I read Ruin in November. Yeah, in November, the beginning of this month, I'm pretty sure. And I'm very excited for this last one. I've talked about this series in a couple other videos, so I won't go too far into it. So far, this series is very good. Not a new favorite yet or anything, but I am very much so enjoying it. So excited for this wrap up of the series. The next question is there a book you think could still shock you and become your favorite book of the year? This is hard because I've read some amazing books this year. So I don't know. I'm currently reading Fool's Fate by Robin Hobb, which is the last book in the Tawny Man trilogy, and I could see that possibly becoming my favorite book. Whatever I read in December would have to beat Madship and Harrow the Ninth, because those are kind of competing for my #1 spot of the year, and I just don't see it happening. Those books are those are S tier. So I don't know, but I always have hope that the next book will be my new favorite. So you never know. The last question, have you already started making reading plans for 2023? Duh. If you're on BookTube, you're probably planning way too far ahead what you're reading. Not everyone does, and that is fair. But I am the kind of reader that does. So As you guys know, or maybe don't, I am doing a read-along of Malazan with Tall Guy Reads and Red Fury Books and Ian the Reader. I will link our intro video to that read-along down below and above. This read-along is going to be a lot of fun. We're starting with one book a month, but as we get into the chunkier books, we may kind of space that out a little more. We will see. We don't have set plans yet. We're kind of just going to see how everyone's feeling. But we will be reading Gardens of the Moon in January. I am also participating in the A Song of Ice and Fire read-along over on Joanna's channel. I will link that intro video down below as well. I am excited hesitantly for this read-along. I've read all of the A Song of Ice and Fire books before. I DNF Dance with Dragons. But these were like my first entry into fantasy, and it was everything I was nervous about adult fantasy being before I got into adult fantasy, with it just being like a medieval fantasy full of politics. And I think in my reading journey at that point, that was not what I was looking for. I did read them all, so they were interesting enough for me to keep going until Dance with Dragons, of course. And so I'm going to try to reread them. I'm really doing this for Kyle over on Read by Kyle. So you're welcome, Kyle. I'm gonna try. I'm not gonna commit to all 5 books solely because I want to give myself the space to bow out if I'm still not enjoying them. But I'm very much hoping that now that I'm a little more experienced in the adult fantasy genre, that I will appreciate these much more this second time around. And I don't remember a whole lot from the books. I remember like pretty much bare bones basics of the plot and stuff. So I'm hoping that I'm kind of coming into it with fresh eyes, and I'm excited. But I'm just trying to temper my expectations because I don't want to feel super disappointed if I don't enjoy them as much as everyone else is. And aside from those two, those are like the main 2 read-alongs I'm participating in. I will also be doing a video probably before the beginning of 2023 of series that I want to start next year. There are many series that I'm kind of in the middle of. Some of them I'm in the middle of because the next one isn't released yet. But there are many series that I want to start and or finish in 2023. So I'm going to be doing a separate video about that. Otherwise, keeping myself open to new releases. I already have a few books pre-ordered for next year, so I will be reading those. And excited for whatever random books pop into my schedule. I'm also going to be finishing Realm of the Elderlings. Whatever I don't finish of Rainwild Chronicles, if I don't finish them in December, I will be finishing at the beginning of next year. And then I will just have the last series, which is Fitz and the Fool, which I'm very nervous for, and they're huge. But very excited for them because Robin Hobb has not written one singular bad book yet. So very excited to wrap up The Realm of the Elderlings and dreading it because what do I do with my life after that? But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. And that is the end of the tag. Quick, easy video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know down below in the comments what you are excited for next year, what you're looking forward to reading next year. I always am looking for more suggestions, even though my TBR already is pretty stacked. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. If you really like my content, please hit the notification bell to be notified every time I post new videos. As always, your support means the world to me, and until next time, thank you guys.